Welcome to Sons of the Forest Part 2. So I'm coming home after a nice game of golf and Jesus informs me that he's been working on the house quite a bit while I've been gone. Believe me, I'm no architect, but I'm very excited to see what he's been working on while I've been out playing golf. And there it is, our stunning home that we built with our bare hands. Well, more Jesus than me, but you get the point. I'm gonna be completely honest here, I'm hoping Jesus takes the female role in this relationship so I can come home to a warm meal after my golf games. With that aside, let's start the tour.
Okay, I'll show you around. So, I built this for a little remembrance. And this is where the cards are. This is where the things go. This is where the, eventually we have the house itself. When you enter, this is where our coats will be. Like our outfits, or a battle outfit. Then of course this is where the heads. There we go.
Wait, let me put my seal on here.
Yeah, and then we should have like another turtle on there.
His and hers seagulls.
He does show me, however, that we only have one bed, but that's okay, because we're children of God. With the tour out of the way, it's time to explain the game plan. Today we're going to be going through a cave to find a stun gun and a rebreather, which will be helpful for exploring other caves. As I get ready to go, I notice a bunch of cannibals trying to attack Virginia, and since we don't like that, we decide to attack the cannibals. I don't ask for much, but maybe a little housewarming gift from them would have been nice. But I guess they don't understand that, so just attack us instead. Saving her life was enough to earn her trust, so I threw this GPS tag on her, and according to this achievement, we're married now. That's great, but it does mean I'll have less time to go golfing. While grabbing some extra supplies for our journey into the caves, it starts snowing. And then within a blink of an eye, the entire ground just becomes covered in snow. Thankfully, I'm Canadian though, so this is fairly normal weather for me. We decide to pick up a few more supplies, one of which was the combat axe. In this game, there's 3 axes, the one you spawn with, the modern axe, and the fire axe. The first of which is the fastest but does the least damage, and the latter does the most damage but is the slowest. The modern axe, however, is the nice medium between the two. We decided to opt for it and get it by ripping it out of this dead guy's chest. The next item we opt for is the flashlight, which we get by chopping down this dead body and then going and stealing the flashlight from his corpse, which is the same thing we did with the axe. So, moving on from that blatant desecration of a corpse, we take some night V's and head towards the caves. Somehow the mutants knew we were coming and decided to throw us a welcoming party, except it wasn't very welcoming, and the only gifts exchanged were a bunch of bullets, axe wounds, and the occasional third-degree burn. Thankfully, that semi-inhumane base that we made on day 1 was able to give us the place to stock up on ammo and food. Soon as we were done with that, we immediately headed into the cave to continue our adventure. As we head in, I keep a stoic face because I'm very brave. Actually, that's a lie. I'm very bad with horror stuff. When we enter the cave, I notice this nice blinking laptop, which I immediately interact with. Thankfully, it doesn't send Orange Man Donnie Trump's missiles at my country, so me and Jesus are able to continue exploring the cave as if nothing happened, having educational conversations along the way.
This looks like the inside of someone's anus.
Looks like my anus.
I've
I
been.
love how you have your fucking axe out and I have a fucking burned arm. Oh, there's one there.
There's multiple over there.
Oh, catch this.
After nobly fighting those mutants, we do eventually make it to the rebreather and collect a few more flares. It's pretty nice, but now we still have to go and find the stun gun. We fight through some more enemies, and I make probably one of the greatest combat blunders in history.
I'm gonna throw a Molotov.
After fighting through that section, all we have to do is kill a few babies, which obviously was really easy because they can only crawl. Once that's done, we find this silly little goose hanging from the ceiling and grab a stun gun from him, and then find the slug monster from Monsters Inc. roaming the halls. We go further into the cave and find blueprints for a cross because, like I said, we're children of God. After that, we exit the cave and head towards that one bunker that the weird blinking laptop told us to go to. Before we do that, however, we go to the giant red flare, and turns out this is our other member of Team B. That means all 3 members are found, and they're looking worse for wear. On our way to the bunker, as per usual, we end up getting distracted, but this ends up being quite fruitful as we find a bunker with a ton of food in it, and Virginia, despite having 3 arms, isn't the greatest cook, and God if I have to eat one of her soups again. We find Virginia dying out on the ground because apparently she can't cook, but what she can do is go one-on-one against a giant cannibal and immediately die. We do eventually make it to the bunker, and after snooping around for a while, I find this. A photo of my arch nemesis. Oh my god, it can't be. That's right, it's the man from episode 1 who was kind of rude to me when I got to the island. To cope with my feelings of having to see him again, I decided to let it out on these local cannibals and have one of the most cinematic shots in all of history. Watch. And that's exactly how it went down. With the violence finally over, I make a nice little fireplace where we'll be able to warm up after long days of killing cannibals. I find this hang glider and I use it to explore the area a little bit, and it's when I realize this game is really quite scenic when you ignore the strung out bodies and cannibals hunting you the whole time. Later, I'll probably have to meet up with the cannibals to tell them how their violence is kind of bringing down the vibe of the scenic island. I mean, why are we all fighting when we could all be enjoying a scenic walk together in the park? Staying on that theme of peace and love, we decide our next project is going to be a nice church where we can all sit around and watch family-friendly Christian music videos together. I guess this guy doesn't like God because he starts attacking our boy Calvin. To be fair, if I looked like him, I'd probably be hating God too. We fight the lad for a little bit, but eventually we just give up and Jesus throws a bomb on him.
Hold on, don't get too close. There we go.
That works.
Sadly, since we blew it up, we can't get any loot from the guy, but let's be honest, I didn't want him near me anyways. Everything is going well at camp, but then Kelvin starts saying some pretty weird stuff to me.
Right.
Next to the...
Calvin, what did you say, sorry?
You look like a little bitch.
Did you just shoot Calvin?
No, I don't know what happened.
I heard a gunshot and I see Calvin going down.
I don't know what happened to him.
I guess Virginia really liked my act of violence because she comes and gives me a gift of berries. For the record, Virginia, if you really want to give me a gift, a warm meal would be appreciated. I should probably cool it out with these Virginia cooking jokes, but come on, she has 3 arms. She could dice, chop, and slice all at the same time. With that being said, I'm probably going to wrap this video up now, and if you enjoyed it, please do all the YouTube stuff, or don't, because I guess I can't really control that. Anyways, I hope you have a good day, and see you on the next one.